start the fight, breaking down the walls in the dead of night. I don't come for peace, I come for the storm. Fanboys melt quick when the truth gets warm. All content's high, I'm collecting those tears. Just got started, but I'm cutting through fears. I'm not here for brand deals, I'm not for sale. I expose your lies, rip off the veil.
Oh boy, Switchforce, listen up. This was not the video for the right time. This was not the video for any time. You are not that guy to be making this kind of video. We are going through a very troubled time right now where over 9,000 people are all getting laid off and losing their job, and you're trying to capitalize on how many people's lives are going to be changed just to hype up Nintendo, and you literally are trying to make it seem like Nintendo is still this greatest company ever that is very pro-consumer when it's not. Let's get into this reaction.
Growing up, I was really led to believe that Nintendo does things differently.
Okay, Switchy, we get it. They do things differently. Get to the point.
All right, they make these crazy characters. They operate and move to the beat of their own drum. Their characters get in Happy Meals and eventually movies and theme parks. They really care about gaming. They care about fun.
Ha, they care about gaming my ass. Who are you trying to fool here?
And they've got the Nintendo seal of quality, right? Like everything.
Quality? Are you kidding me? Please explain how Mario Kart World is quality. At the price point they want it. Please explain.
I saw from Nintendo as I moved through the years was like, wow, they do things differently.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Come on, Switchy. We know that they move to the beat of their own drum. They do things differently. You've already said it like 5 times already. Can you get to the damn point already? I ain't got all damn night.
And then, that was kind of shattered as I got older. It was like, okay, well, Nintendo is a big company and they care mostly about money.
No shit. I didn't know. I didn't think that they raised the game up to $80 because they didn't care about money.
But I do think that today proves that Nintendo does indeed operate differently from its counterparts. As today we saw massive layoffs at Microsoft.
Yes, we know. Good for them. Good. They don't have to do layoffs, but at the expense of ripping us off at the same time.
But not only layoffs, games getting laid off as well. Games getting canceled, games that people were looking forward to.
That is very true. I was so angry when I found out that Perfect Dark wasn't going to get a remake, that they sat there and canceled that game. And then come to find out they gave us fake gameplay trailer footage. That was bullshit.
Games that have been in development for nearly a decade just poofing. In the era of certain developers, certain games, certain franchises.
Perfect Dark was in development for 7 years, so I have no idea what you're talking about 10 years from, so you must be referring to another damn game.
Just getting flushed down the drain. And I think it makes me very grateful for Nintendo.
Oh yeah, let's be so grateful. Yes, they don't sit here and cancel games that we know of. They don't sit here and lay people off that we know of. They don't sit here and do none of that stuff. But what do? Oh yeah, that's right. They rip us off.
Because in many ways, they just don't do that. And you gotta say thanks if you're a Nintendo fan, because there's never a world where Donkey Kong will just die. So what's going on, everybody?
Oh, Donkey Kong Bonanza better not die. They haven't seen enough cry yet. I guarantee they will at that moment.
It's Zach from Switchforce. I love the world of Nintendo right now. I know there's some things to nitpick about the Switch too. People find them all the time, but for the most part,
it's not nitpicking, it's criticism.
We're entering the 40th year of Mario. We've got a brand new 3D DK after decades off. And Metroid Prime is coming back for a major second half of the year, even possibly holiday title.
Don't you dare forget the new Pokemon game now. I understand there's a lot to look forward to, but again, Switchforce, this is not the time to be making this kind of video. With all those people that just lost their jobs, it wasn't a few, it was over 9,000 people lost their damn jobs. And you thought it is the perfect time to mention them in this video to sit here and hype up Nintendo even further than what you already have. There is something seriously wrong in that damn head of yours.
Sounds pretty darn good to me, especially when you look at the contrast of Sony having big layoffs at PlayStation earlier this year.
My guy, like I just said, this is not the time for this. You don't capitalize on people's struggles.
Microsoft laying off nearly 1,000 people today in total, canceling games and basically saying like, I don't know, we're not anything that we used to be.
Yes, we know, but this is still not the time to be console warring here. Switchforce, you really need to get your priorities straight. Stop console warring. This is why you get so much hate, or so-called hate, when people say.
Microsoft as a first party, some people are saying, is basically dead. They now have a console and a Game Pass.
Yes, but even without the Game Pass, or without the console, you can get Game Pass on the PC. For crying out loud, you can get it on Amazon TV with a damn Fire Stick. Game Pass is the best thing for gamers. It's way better than PlayStation subscription, and it's better than the NSO.
And once again, no games because they can't get it right.
What are you talking about? This year alone, they have came out with some amazing games. You got Doom the Dark Ages, which was overpriced. Sorry, Dezire. I know how much you love Doom, but it was overpriced nonetheless. You also had Expedition 33. You had Avowed, South by Midnight. What was that other game? The one that reminded me of the one that reminded me of Fallout. You guys know what I'm talking about. They had some amazing games. What are you talking about? They have came out with a lot of games this year.
Now, Nintendo has laid off testers in the lead up to Switch 2. They're not completely immune from this, but for the most part, for their main company, Nintendo doesn't really do big layoffs.
Congratulations. They sit there and don't lay off people. It sucks when people get laid off, but guess what? That Nintendo does, that PlayStation don't. Oh, that's right. They make us pay big ass prices.
And some people will attribute that to the fact that, hey, it's really hard to lay people off legally in Japan, but we have evidence that Nintendo execs have taken pay cuts. Nintendo execs prioritize.
Oh my God, that was almost a decade ago. Do you think they would still do the exact same now? Almost a decade ago, they weren't overpricing their games like they are now. So why are you sitting here bringing up stuff that happened a decade ago? Nintendo is not the same what it used to be. This is not our Nintendo anymore.
Their employees and the overall morale of the company over their own $80 million paycheck.
Yes, how long ago was that? You actually think that they would still do that in today? You really think the people that took those pay cuts aren't even there no more?
They also prioritize the development of the games, the process of the games, and I'd argue the fans. I know some people don't feel like it. They're like, $80 Mario Kart, they hate us.
Exactly. And also on top of it, giving us a game for $10 that should have been a pack-in.
Game key cards, they hate us. But this is the same company, guys.
How can you say this is the same company? Back then, did they come out with the first $70 game? No, that was 2K. But guess what this company now did? Oh, that's right. They came out with the first $80 game.
That when Metroid Prime wasn't working, they made an apology, switched studios, and did it right. And look what they switched to, a studio that gave us Metroid Prime Remastered, which was phenomenal, an ancient game by industry standards, brought back and feeling bold, beautiful, and one of the best looking games on Nintendo Switch, bar none.
Yes, and they also gave it to us at a fair price also. Why can't they do that now?
Now we're about to get Metroid Prime 4 after all those years. They did not bail, they did not give up, they did not lay off, they had to maneuver and massage, they made an apology video, and we're getting the game.
Yes, we are. And guess what? We don't know what the price is. We don't know when it's coming out. You better hope it's not going to come out at $80 damn.
DK has been gone for a long time. Many would have written him off as an old school character, popular in like the cool Sonic vs. Mario, who's the cool dude bro era.
Oh yeah, here's one thing I can agree with you, Switchy. Donkey Kong is amazing. I am so glad he's finally getting a 3D game. But unlike you, I'm not going to overhype this game based on a trailer and a damn demo. We need to wait for this game to come out if it's actually going to be as good as you think it is.
DK was, bold back then. DK now, not so much. But look, DK's having a renaissance. He's getting a fresh coat of paint. He's coming back because Nintendo really values their IP. And not only do they value their IP, but they value the teams that make them.
Switchy, that's not true. If they value that character, why did they wait so long to make one? It was because of how successful the movie was with how popular DK was in that movie. Do you think if they would have never had made that movie, do you actually think that they would have made this game?
You'd never hear like Mario Wonder Team laid off after a game didn't sell 40 million copies.
Do you actually believe that all those people were laid off because the game didn't sell well? They're pushing AI. Why else do you think they laid off all those damn people?
You never hear that, oh, the Splatoon team was cut in half because Splatoon 3 didn't exponentially improve sales-wise over Splatoon 2.
Well, generally, yes. Nintendo games do tend to do very well, but you guys don't have all that third party to compete with like the rest of them do.
It's not something Nintendo does, and then you look and you see their Metacritic average and you're like, oh, there's a reason why Nintendo is able to maintain such quality and have such killer IP.
The quality at the price point is very questionable, Switchy.
That continue to produce exclusive after exclusive after exclusive. And they don't decide to put all their eggs in the games as services basket. They don't decide to put all their games in the looter shooter basket. They don't decide to just...
When you say the games as service basket, I'm assuming you're talking about Game Pass. The reason why Nintendo won't do a real Game Pass is because they're too cheap to do it.
follow the trends. Now, obviously, there's times where we wish they would more, like, hey, could you move forward on online? For years, that was a big request. Hey, could you give us themes for a system that begs for themes on Switch and Switch 2?
There's absolutely no reason why that they don't have themes. I'm going to take a wild guess that they can't be that difficult to do. How cheap is Nintendo? Literally, you can make those very cheaply, I'm assuming. Maybe not. Maybe they are expensive. Let me know down in the comments if you think themes would be expensive to make.
When we had themes on 3DS and now you took them away and we'd pay for them, but you don't even include them there. There's not even a way to monetize that.
I swear, Switchy, if you keep giving Nintendo ideas for microtransactions, me and you are going to have a much bigger problem than you ever thought. You better knock that shit off right now and quick.
They definitely make their mistakes and they definitely have some quirky logic. But for the most part...
Yes, we all know that, especially when it comes to an $80 price point. And now it's time to read off the members of the channel. We got Andy Ricks, Jay Wesby65, Brian Payne, Oh No Is Justin, Watari, Shay Milkman, MadFox94, Maximilian Pegasus 88, and Koros Objective. Thank you so much for being a part of the crew. And if you truly enjoy this content, why don't you think about becoming a member? It's only $1 a month. You get special kind of badges, you get special kind of emotes, and at the end of all my videos, I will sit here and shout out all my members until it becomes too long, and then it'll be turned into a credit roll. So that's going to be it for my reaction. Let me know down in the comments if you agree with me or not. Please like, share, and subscribe. And until next time, stay vigilant.
You can cry in the comments, but you won't survive. Like and subscribe if you feel that vibe.